Everyone. Today I want to do a training message for you on customer service follow-up. It is one of the most important things in our business because they always say that the fortune is in the follow-up. So you want to make sure that you're doing really good follow-up with your customers. But I have to tell you that starts at the beginning. So that starts right before you're even having a party. So what I want to talk to you about is, I got this a little wet, but we're going to use it anyway. But this is a customer profile card. I really want to encourage all of you that you get everybody's names and numbers from your hostess so you can pre-profile all your parties. It's one of the most critical factors to having success in your business. When you pre-profile, you're forming a bond and a relationship with your customers, with your future customers. They will get to know you, they will trust you, and they will show up. So what I say when I call somebody is exactly this. I've been saying this for 5 years. Okay, so I call people, I'm like, ring, ring, ring. Hey, Amy, this is Alexandra. I know you don't know who I am, but I am friends with Carrie, and I'm going to be the one that's doing your Mary Kay party this week. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you and getting to know you. And I just have a really few quick questions to ask you before we get together on Thursday because I want to be super prepared for you. And then what I do is I just go down the questions on this side of the profile card because I want to be prepared for her. I want to have all of her skincare ready for her. I want to know if she has any sensitive skin, if there's anything that bothers her, if there's anything she doesn't like, and if there's anything that she might want to try that's extra, so I can have it in a goodie bag for her. And I always let everybody know that I always say to them, my assistant is going to be working on goodie bags for everybody at the party this week, and so I want to make sure that I have exactly what you want. What color lip gloss do you like to wear? What color are your eyes? What color is your hair? Is your skin like ivory, or is it more beige, or is it bronze? What color is your skin? So I can be prepared for people. You want to always seem like the consummate professional to all of your customers. And so I have everything written down and ready. And what's really cool is that I can create a roll-up bag for this. So I can have a roll-up bag created for each customer waiting for them at the party. But also this gives me the opportunity to set down people's places, have their tray filled out and ready to go. So that's the first part of really good customer service, is just being prepared and being a professional. You want to be the most professional person you can be. If you don't do this, you might as well just like take a bunch of money and throw it into the fireplace, because this is money in your pocket. Pre-profiling is money in your pocket. It's going to guarantee you that people are actually going to show up at your parties, and they're going to be there, and they're going to be excited to have a really good time. So when I start my party, I love to break the ice, and I always tell people that this is the first of their 2 appointments, and that today they're just going to be doing like a dash out the door appointment, and the hostess is going to be getting a lot of pampering, and she's going to get a custom color session, and we're going to do a lot of fun stuff. And then again, at their second appointment, we'll do the same thing for them. But today, we're just going to focus on dashing out the door. And then I always tell people, I just want you to know that customer service is really important to me. And so what I'm going to do is I'll be calling you in a couple of days to make sure that you like the product. If you bought any product, I'm going to make sure that you're happy with it, that you're not having any potential allergic reactions, because here's the best thing about Mary Kay. Mary Kay doesn't want you to have anything in that drawer that I know all of you have. It's like everybody has that drawer in their bathroom where they have all their products that they don't really like, or that they wound up never using, or maybe it bothered their skin and they couldn't return it. Mary Kay does not want that. We guarantee our products 100%. So guess what? I'm going to call you to make sure that you like it, because if we have to swap something out or just replace it, that's what we're going to do. We have a 100% guarantee. It doesn't affect me in any way. The company replaces everything with no out of pocket cost to me, which is really pretty amazing. I just want to make sure that you're totally happy and satisfied. So I'm going to call you in 2 days. I'm going to call you in 2 weeks, and I'm going to call you in 2 months. All right, let's get started. So repeat after me. Say Alexandra Palace. And so they say my name, and they say it 3 times. And then I always say, so now when somebody asks you, who's your Mary Kay consultant, you're going to say, And then I kind of point at them and laugh, and everybody says my name. And so I always say, just so you know, and if anybody asks you, if you have a Mary Kay consultant, that way you're going to remember who I am and not like, oh yeah, that dark-haired girl or whatever. So you're just going to be able to remember who I am. So it's just a really fun way to do it, and then break the ice. So after each appointment, it's really important that you sit down in the car before you do anything else. Before you're looking at your texts, before you're doing anything else, you're going to sit down and you're going to take your date book, okay? So here's the party on my schedule right here. Well, here's what I did 2 days later, all right? So I wrote down everybody's name and everybody's phone number 2 days later, because I know that day I got to call those people, okay? So I sit down in my date book, and that's the first thing that I do when I get into a car after a meeting. I sit there, after an appointment, I write down for 2 days. I write it down at 2 weeks. And guess what? I write it down at 2 months. The second thing that I do when I get in the car is I add everything up and figure out what I sold. I write down, of course, my appointments are already written down for my career surveys and for my second appointments, but I always call Julia, who's my senior director, and even as a senior Cadillac sales director, I still call Julia and let her know what my sales were, how many people were there, and how many bookings I got, and how many career surveys I got. So it's just really important to be accountable. So that's the first thing. So let me explain to you why we do 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. So in 2 days, this is what happens a lot of time. In 2 days, you want to make sure people are happy with their product and that they're not having a reaction. People are generally embarrassed to tell you that they're not happy with something. They don't want to make you feel bad even though you told them it was okay. So in 2 days, you want to make sure that you don't need to swap anything out. But also a lot of times, they might be still like, can't stop thinking about that product. So they can't stop thinking about that product and they want to buy something. This is one of the ways that I have made really good money in Mary Kay, is by doing this follow-up. 2 days later, they're like, they just can't stop thinking about it. They loved that product. They want it. So they might just buy something else. Now in 2 weeks, same thing happens. Guess what? They've probably been paid again. Generally within 2 weeks, they've had another pay period. And they're going to want something that they didn't get at that first, at the first party. Okay, so that's a huge, huge, huge selling point. And so you now have opportunities at the 2 day mark and at the 2 week mark to do what I call an on the go appointment, where you bring them more products to look at. So you can like bring them maybe like the new Journey perfume and say, or any product, and just say, hey, I would really love your opinion on this. This is one of our newest, latest fragrances, and I would just love to know what you think about it. Guess what? If they fall in love with it and it's been 2 weeks and they've gotten paid again, you might just be selling some extra stuff, okay? And then also, if you didn't have the product on hand at the time that they wanted, when you're delivering that product maybe the next day or in a couple of days, put in something else that you want them to buy. Like I sold more microdermabrasion by putting microdermabrasion samples in everybody's bags of orders than anything I ever did, was because I just put samples in. That, and for me, eye cream I sold a ton of because of the way that I always put in samples. So that's just a really big thing. And then at 2 months, people should really be ready to order again. They should just be ready to order again. And so I just want to encourage you to do that. The fortune is in the follow-up, you guys. If you have good customer service, you will have loyal customers for life. And I mean that, for life. For as long as you have your Mary Kay business, they will be loyal to you because you take good care of them. Nothing beats customer service. People love loyalty. People are loyal. People are naturally loyal. And if you take care of them, they'll be good to you. So make sure that you are the best there is out there at customer service. I hope this has helped you. Have a blessed day.